HBCU Game Day, the leader in HBCU sports and culture. And do we have a special guest today? The host of Have I Got News for You,
Man,
FAMU alum Roy Wood Jr. Not Roy Jones Jr., the fighter, but
no,
he
no.
fights with the jokes.
Now, some people have confused me with Roy Jones, and I don't even correct them. I take it as a show of respect.
Yeah, yeah. They back up off you a little bit, huh?
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you for having me on the show, baby.
Oh man, we are fortunate to have you. We are fans of your show. Man, you've had quite a run since leaving the Daily Show. You've hosted the Correspondence Dinner. How was that, man?
Yo, White House Correspondents Dinner is chaos, man. It's straight up chaos. You two seats over from the president. This is what nobody tell you about the dinner, though. You got to sit up there on display for 90 minutes until it's your time to talk. And you just thinking about jokes. And it's just people coming up and chit chatting and saying, hey, if you don't get your ass away from me,
Right.
I'm nervous. Anybody got time for this chit chat?
Well, you did a great job there. We saw the clips from it, and that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. They don't invite just anybody to the Correspondence Dinner.
No,
A situation
no, they
you were
don't.
perfect for it because it's all gloves off. I mean, nothing is off limits at that place.
Yeah, you can come in there swinging, man. That thing has always been a place for, I always call the Correspondence Dinner as a place for the voter to hold elected officials accountable. It's like a live Yelp review of how the government is doing. That's literally what it is. And so, to be able to be a part of that, part of why I was trusted with that, if we're going to keep it 100, is because of my time at the Daily Show. So I got to tip the hat to Trevor Noah, for putting me in the game over there. That was a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful thing.
Well, now you've got your own show on CNN, and let me tell you, my wife and I watched it the other night, and it was out loud laughter. It's like your whole show is like a correspondence dinner.
Yeah, that's really what the show is. And so what we're trying to do with Have I Got News for You? First off, it's a remake, it's an American version of a British show. There's a British version of this show that's been on for 35 years. And it is a mainstay over there in Britain, the way the Daily Show is canon here, right? So, we're just trying to crack jokes and have a good time while at the same time holding people's feet to the fire just a little bit. Because you got to remember, we on a Saturday night and then we stream the next day on Max, right? Well, if that's the case, we gotta have the best jokes because by the time you get to us, it's been a week's worth of jokes that have already flown on all of these topics. So I like the fact that we get to come in last and kind of put a final stamp on what's what, during the week.
Right, and the timing, I think your timing's perfect because you all had the debate down pat. I mean, just everything. You all dissected the debate from, from as John Witherspoon said, from the rooter to the tutor. I mean,
Yeah, man, that
everything that
was.
happened in that debate, which everyone watched, but the comedic take that you all took in your questions in your show, your cast was amazing.
Yeah, I
Everybody
think
on.
all people got to know about this show, man. You ain't got to know nothing about the news that happened this week. We gonna give a fake quiz to give the contestants an opportunity to have a conversation about the news. So, it's just a time to be silly about everything, man. And I know it's serious issues, but you just got to remember, there's a million and one other places to get the news in the emotional vein that you want it in. We over here, we about the jokes.
Man, that that the way y'all roasted former president on the Taliban's leader name, literally, I mean, there were so many parts of it where I just literally, it's not a joke. I was laughing out loud. It was that hilarious.
Yeah, it really is a crazy time in politics. Like, even if you look at the last week and a half, not even week and a half, if you just look at the last 4 days since we were on, there was an assassination attempt on the. First off, is attempt the right word if you didn't shoot the gun? When does an assassination plot become an attempt?
Right,
What is the line?
right.
Does the president being president making an attempt, or was it? Because this smelled like a plot. This is a dude in the bushes, 12 hours funky, and the Secret Service did their job. God bless them. They caught the man. But it's just fun to explore where you got J.D. Vance coming out and saying, yeah, sometimes I make up stuff. You got all the stuff with P. Diddy. And then somewhere in the middle of all of that, Frankie Beverly and Tito Jackson died. And somewhere
Darth
in the middle
Vader.
of all of that.
And Darth Vader.
And James Earl. See what I'm saying? You can't keep up. And so that's part of why we're here, as a service to the people. So we know you can't keep up with all this news. So, man, just watch us and we'll break it down for you. Also, there's still 2 people stranded in space.
Right. They can't come back till next year. You know, how does that sound? We'll come get you next year.
Yeah, we got you, man. We'll come back and get you.
Roy, as we get ready for the presidential election, HBCUs have come into the spotlight for obvious reasons. Our vice president, who is now the Democratic presidential nominee, is a proud graduate of an HBCU. You're a proud graduate of an HBCU. Just talk about that pride in seeing someone else from another HBCU excelling the way she is.
You know, I think it's always a good thing if you have Black colleges and people that represent them out there to help show kids what is possible if you put a little focus and a little elbow grease into your life. You know, the Madam Vice President, she went to Howard, I went to FAMU. You know, nobody's perfect. She could have come to FAMU. It was fine. But I think that it gives everyone a sense of feeling that wherever you're from, no matter who you are, you could do it. That's why I love whenever politicians start getting close to winning or something, or they start running, they start showing you all the pictures from when they was broke and they was down and out and they was eating ramen noodles in the dorm and all of that. We all look like that at some point. And so that, and that's, you know, for me, that's part of why I wear FAMU on my sleeve, you know, as much as I can. Because, you know, I'm trying to communicate subliminally with them rattlers down in Tallahassee to let them know you can do a lot of dope stuff. There's people who walk these same hills as you that's doing great things, and you could do it too.
Well, Roy, we're going to continue to support you and watch your show. Once again, tell everybody how they can watch the show.
Yeah, the show is Have I Got News for You, 9 o'clock Saturday nights on CNN and streaming the next day on Max, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, and one more thing. Roy, how can they follow you on social media?
Oh, my name is Roy Wood Jr. Put an @ symbol in front, a .com behind it. You'll find everything you need to know.
All right. HBCU Game Day with the host of Have I Got News for You, Roy Wood Jr., a proud Rattler alum.
Thank you.
Things up.
Yes, sir.